What's up? What's up? Big Rich. Giving y'all my thoughts for the day. Subscribe to that channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got to speak facts when we talking, man. And we got opinions. Y'all got to know the difference. Sometimes I have opinions. Sometimes I have facts. Now, in my opinion today, we're going to talk about Trump's tariffs. So, Trump said something the other day that kind of made sense for the first time. If we have a deficit with China, that's $1 trillion. You know what I'm saying? And that's just us doing regular trading. And if our end is always $1 trillion, that we're in deficit to them, there's an imbalance. There is an imbalance. So for those countries like France, Canada, who had like a 10% tariff on us, you know what I mean, and they're having these tariffs that they put on us, and they're benefiting. You know, I don't agree with putting tariffs on everybody and on every product. Okay, I do agree that you have to, if you're going to put tariffs on certain products that make sense, that's threatening our industries, like our car industries and stuff like that, electronics, things that we create here in America. Okay, that makes sense. Put tariffs to try to balance that shit out. You know what I mean? Now, as far as putting tariffs on everything, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that that's going to hurt the American people and American businesses. And that's just, you know, that's my opinion for the day. You know, the way Trump is doing it, he's not doing it right. He's doing it in a way where it's reckless. You know what I mean? And we don't need no reckless things going on in this country anymore. We do need to change this culture, though. Okay? We do need to change the culture of America. This culture of America is about me. Independent. Nah, we need to all come together. Forget all that independent stuff. Come together. Work together to build America out to what it could be. Because this America could be super great. Still has a potential. You know what I mean? Some of these manufacturing jobs do need to come back. We can't get them all. Can't get them all because of certain things that China, Malaysia, and all these other countries, they do better making than us. We need to have an American stuff that's here. I kind of like how the car companies in America, they build the cars here. A lot of the products come from China and other places. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that a lot of those products could be made right here. Like a lot of those red states that's broke as hell, we could put some of those factories that makes more of these products that goes in these cars and these electronics right here in America. And that will create jobs for those states that's broke, okay? Because at this point, I think California pays $350 billion a year to the federal government. You know what I mean? So most red states, they don't pay nothing. We pay for them to be on welfare and all the programs that they're on, you know, because they're on all the programs. You know what I'm saying? It's not black people. It's those people that live in red states. Use up a lot of welfare, Social Security, they use all that. Can't count Social Security because that's something that you paid into. I'm not going to say that. But what I'm saying to you is that the unbalance of what's been going on needs to be balanced. And these things that's happening now, it may get other countries to start thinking about a more of a fair trader agreement. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I mean? That's my little 5-6 minutes, you know. And share this video. I need comments, y'all. Y'all comment, let me know. You know, I try to give you my thoughts every day, you know what I'm saying? Or every other day. I try to speak on what's on my mind, you know what I mean? And bring sense, common sense to this political stuff. You feel me? Because a lot of y'all don't watch the news. Y'all don't know anything about politics. Y'all voting for people on emotions. And a lot of y'all that's in the GOP is voting because of racism. You're trying to remove people out of this country that's already been here for 10, 20 years. You might as well give them citizenship. You know what I'm saying? You can get more flies with honey. You know what I mean? Let them be here. Let them pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that y'all do don't make sense. And I'm rattling right now, but think about it. You want to remove 10 million quote-unquote illegals, which are not really illegal. They're just waiting on court dates. But they contribute $90 billion to our economy. You want to remove them and take their jobs away, and we're going to replace those jobs with who? Black folks ain't doing that shit no more. Hell, white folks ain't even doing that shit. They can't even get white people to be out there and do all that work they do. You can't even get them to do housework. You know what I mean? You can't even get them to build houses. You can't get white folks to build houses. You can't even get black folks to be out there to build houses. None of that stuff. You know what I mean? So stop playing. You know what I mean? Quit with the racism. And if you really want to build America to be what it's going to be, it's going to take, people standing up for doing the right thing. And that's just the real talk. Big Rich, I'm out.